I know have education. I have inspiration. If I was educated, I would be a damn fool. While I take inspiration from the past, like most Americans, I live for the future. The blues are what I've turned to, what has given me inspiration and relief in all the trials of my life. You find inspiration everywhere. The best inspiration is the people you grew up with. Nobody else knows about you than when you were just regular, everyday people. That's where most of it comes from. The spirit of celebration and togetherness is a great source of inspiration. Nature is my manifestation of God. I go to nature every day for inspiration in the day's work. I follow in building the principles which nature has used in its domain. To be under occupation, to be under siege, is not a good inspiration for poetry. The greatest are an inspiration for all the kids who wake up early in the morning. Everyone watches you, is inspired by you and wants to be you. So you influence society. That's what being more than an athlete means. I want more kids to have that opportunity. I want everybody to start with the same chance. Families are the compass that guide us. They are the inspiration to reach great heights, and our comfort when we occasionally falter. I know of no single formula for success, but over the years I have observed that some attributes of leadership are universal and are often about finding ways of encouraging people to combine their efforts, their talents, their insights, their enthusiasm and their inspiration to work together. Amateurs wait for inspiration. The real pros get up and go to work. The biggest benefit of Apollo was the inspiration it gave to a growing generation to get into science and aerospace. We're taught to be ashamed of confusion, anger, fear and sadness, and to me they're of equal value to happiness, excitement and inspiration. The person who tries to live alone will not succeed as a human being. His heart withers if it does not answer another heart. His mind shrinks away if he hears only the echoes of his own thoughts and finds no other inspiration. Inspiration is some mysterious blessing which happens when the wheels are turning smoothly. Inspiration exists, but it has to find us working. If I can be a positive Arab figure on such a large platform such as the WWE and become some sort of an inspiration to an Arab kid in Lebanon, Egypt, or Jordan, then that's amazing. I really do believe that God is love, one of deep affection and grace and forgiveness and inspiration. Without craftsmanship, inspiration is a mere reed shaken in the wind. Music is critical in our lives and culture. It's the inspiration that drives us. It's also the window to our souls. It's a reflection as to who we are, what we stand for and where we're going. Fashion is inspired by youth and nostalgia and draws inspiration from the best of the past. Those who have no record of what their forebears have accomplished lose the inspiration which comes from the teaching of biography and history. My mother taught me about the power of inspiration and courage, and she did it with a strength and a passion that I wish could be bottled. Inspiration comes from within yourself. One has to be positive. When you're positive, good things happen. In life, you have to go through something to get to something. From that, the inspiration comes having something of substance to talk about, otherwise you're just considered to be fluff. Inspiration is one thing and you can't control it, but hard work is what keeps the ship moving. Good luck means, work hard, keep up the good work. A great man is a torch in the darkness, a beacon in superstition's night, an inspiration and a prophecy. Just don't give up trying to do what you really want to do. Where there is love and inspiration, I don't think you can go wrong. Do not quench your inspiration and your imagination, do not become the slave of your model. For a long time, I have been making many predictions, far in advance, of events since come to pass, naming the particular locality. I acknowledge all to have been accomplished through divine power and inspiration. We shall draw from the heart of suffering itself the means of inspiration and survival. In life you need either inspiration or desperation. I get inspiration from my everyday life. There are little gems all around us that can hold glimmers of inspiration. If the script is telling the story well, that is your inspiration, and you do not need to go somewhere else. Inspiration is God making contact with itself. The essence of optimism is that it takes no account of the present, but it is a source of inspiration, of vitality and hope where others have resigned. It enables a man to hold his head high, to claim the future for himself and not to abandon it to his enemy. There are really three parts to the creative process. First there is inspiration, then there is the execution, and finally there is the release. When you do not know what you are doing and what you are doing is the best, that is inspiration. I go to somewhere I haven't been and just watch people and colors. That's my inspiration. The value of beauty and inspiration is very much underrated, no question. But I want to be clear, I'm not trying to be anyone's savior. I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad. An artist's duty is rather to stay open-minded and in a state where he can receive information and inspiration. You always have to be ready for that little artistic epiphany. I decided that it was not wisdom that enabled poets to write their poetry, but a kind of instinct or inspiration, such as you find in seers and prophets who deliver all their sublime messages without knowing in the least what they mean. My biggest inspiration is my family. The support they give me, the strength they give me is something that is very rare and special. Each singer is inspired by different things. My strength comes from my family and soul. The ultimate inspiration is the deadline. For me, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% procrastination. Periodically, I return to the classics for inspiration and refreshment. We try to connect with the audience as much as we can. We feel the energy from the audience, and it gives us so much joy and inspiration. Inspiration usually comes during work, rather than before it. Inspiration is hard to come by. You have to take it where you find it. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.